Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's really hot in here. And also, these lovely lights back here, I wish I could turn them on. It would really set the mood right now, but the batteries were leaking like battery acid, so I don't think it's a very good idea for me to turn them on. So, they're mostly for looks, so enjoy. They don't work. So today I'm going to be talking about the time that I was cheated on and how I found out and all of that fun stuff, because who doesn't just love to be cheated on? Where do we start? So this goes back to when I was 16 years old and I got my very first job. It was an Italian restaurant. Grayson is over in his little play gate thing and he might be commenting throughout this video. So if you hear him, having a blast right now. What am I trying to say? Completely lost my train of thought. So I got a job at an Italian restaurant and I worked there for almost like 6 months, I would say. And I met this guy while working there. I thought he was attractive. So we just kind of like started talking, you know, how these things go. He was a manager. So we had to keep things down on the DL. So we started hanging out like after work and he was very committed to me and he, like everything was great in the beginning. Like he was texting me a lot and like calling me and asking me how my day is, saying good morning, good night, things like that, you know, like things that a young girl would want. And so everything was great. He didn't seem like the type of guy to do that, to like cheat on their girlfriend. There was another girl who worked there and I guess they kind of had a little bit of a thing before, but she had a boyfriend, so like it didn't actually like happen, but he said that they were definitely like talking, but like I said, nothing actually happened from it. When me and this guy, I guess we gotta give him a name, right? Let's see, what should we name this guy? We will say his name is, the name Steve keeps popping into my head, so that's gonna be his name for this video. So Steve, we were talking, we liked each other, we knew that, so we started hanging out after work and started dating soon after. He was an older guy. By the way, he was only 18, so like that, it wasn't that weird that I was 16 and like dating a manager. Probably should have cleared that up. So like I said, everything was great towards the end of towards the beginning of the relationship. Like he was very committed, loyal that I know of. Probably about, 6 months in, he started acting a little bit more distant, like not calling or texting me as often as he usually would, which was driving my 16-year-old brain insane, okay? When I was 16 and I had a boyfriend, that was like my person. Throughout high school, throughout all my schooling, really, anyone who knows me knows that I never talked. I didn't talk to anyone, I just didn't want to. I would rather be by myself. The only person that I would have is a boyfriend, and that would be like my person that I would go to for anything, and that's the only person that I would talk to, really. The fact that he wasn't talking to me that much was like a big deal to me because he's the only person that I would talk to, and I know that that's like my fault, but at the same time I would text him and like ask him a question like how are you, or say like I love you or something like that, and he would just like leave it on red and not respond to it, which would drive me insane. That would still drive me insane now. If someone's trying to talk to you and you don't have time to, then just be like, hey, sorry, but I'm busy. I'll talk to you later. Or if you don't like that person, you don't want to talk to them, be like, hey, I don't think we should talk anymore, I'm sorry. Be straight up, don't just like leave a person on red over and over again. So we would do stuff like that, and I would obviously confront him about it, and he would be like, I'm busy, like you know. And it's not like I'm trying to text him 24/7, it would be like we would go a few days without talking to each other. Like boyfriend, girlfriend, been together for 6 months and we like go days without talking to each other. That was just kind of like annoying, you know. I would also try to like come over to his house, but like he wouldn't want to hang out, and I didn't really know what the reason for that was. I don't know, but this went on the whole rest of our relationship, and we dated for 10 months. About a month later, I want to say, his friends were having like a pool party, right? So So we all went, me, him, and then I think like 4 of his friends, and then he has a little sister that's my age. She went with her boyfriend too, which her boyfriend was one of my boyfriend's friends, so that worked out. So everyone was there except for his sister and her boyfriend. Steve wanted me to get his phone and text his sister the address that we were all at. So I got his phone and messaged her on Snapchat, I think. I don't know why on Snapchat, but that's just where it was. So I sent her the address, and I noticed that he was messaging with the girl that I was talking about earlier, which I knew that they were still like talking to each other because I would see him sending streaks to her, but I never saw anything else. I wasn't too like sketched out by it, but I was just curious to see what they were talking about. So I opened it and I read the messages, okay? He, I think, was like in the pool and I was sitting on the deck, and I was just like going up and like reading all of these messages. I really can't even remember what they said. Like, this was so long ago, but it was something like, and I won't even say what it is, but it was just like very sexual, and I consider that cheating. I'm just like reading through these messages and I didn't even read them all. I saw what I needed to see. When I saw those messages, I got real upset. Okay, I was pissed. And I got up and I went over to him and I was like, oh, I just burped for sure. I went up to him and I was like, why were you sending these messages to, and then I said her name, and he was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, why would you talk to her that way? Like, why, all this other stuff. And he's full on denying it all, even though I saw it, and I even saw like the dates. The date was like our 6th month. I would look at like the dates and times, and like we were literally hanging out on those days. And then when I would leave, he would text her this type of stuff, which is so messed up. I think that's so rude. That's rude. Rude, and that's cheating, and that's not being loyal, and what the hell. So that happens, and since I was very upset, I called his little sister and I was asking like where she was, and she said that she was like almost there, and I was sobbing at this point, okay? I went into the front yard and there was like this bench out there that I sat on, and I was just like bawling my eyes out over a boy who doesn't mean anything, and waiting for his little sister to get there so that I can vent. So we got Grayson joining us. When her and her boyfriend finally get here, her boyfriend goes inside, and me and his little sister go for a drive, and I am just venting to her. The camera's probably gonna be shaking now because I have Grayson with me. I'm just venting to her, telling her everything that happened and what they were talking about, and she was just giving me advice. And by the way, before we left, Steve was trying to make me stay, and like, I don't really know why he was trying to make me stay, but he was trying to make me stay, and he ended up slamming his head onto his friend's car and like leaving a dent in it, but that didn't make me stay. After all that happened, I got back together with him because I'm smart, and I let men treat me that way. And then we dated for like 3 more months. So he continued to be very distant towards me and not talking to me as much, and like ignoring me and not talking for days. Why did I get back together with him? I don't know. Then he went on like a family vacation that he does like every year, and he didn't talk to me like at all on that trip. Like very, like maybe like 1 text every other day. And when he got back, he's like, he texted me, he's like, we need to talk. So he came over, we broke up on my front porch. He actually broke up with me. I didn't break up with him. Yes, I got back together with him because I didn't want to not have a boyfriend. you know? But it's over now. It's been like 2-3 years since that happened, so I'm over it. I don't really care anymore. But that was just kind of messed up at the time, you know? That's the story about how I got cheated on and then broken up with. I hope you guys enjoy. There's gonna be a lot more videos coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.